Hey, what's up, people? So let's talk about data. Let's talk about facts. Help you process the market for today. What do we know 100%? Well, here's what we know. 8 out of the last 9 trading days have been down. Well, it's easy to remember for the Dow. It's easy to remember because you had Monday through Thursday of last week, 4 down days. Friday was up for the Dow. Monday through Thursday this week, 4 down days for the Dow. And now we're up to Friday. So let's talk about Fridays, okay? The last 4 Fridays in the market, again, what we know and data, have all been green. Now, I didn't realize that until I checked and saw that last night. But again, doesn't mean that today's going to be green. However, that led me into my trades that I ended yesterday with. And we'll talk about my trades. But first, understand the industry leaders in this market, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Netflix, have all been leading the way. When you looked at after hours yesterday, who's popping? Google, Amazon, Tesla's popping because Elon says he found a replacement CEO for Twitter that will be starting in 6 weeks. So Tesla will probably have inflow today. There's probably no way around that. So when you're looking at the market and you're expecting a collapse, you say to yourself, well, with some stocks that are strong, in order for the market to collapse, these leaders have to come down. So let's talk about that, right? The industry leaders, the ones I've just mentioned, are leading the market higher. Small cap stocks, the Upstart, Affirm, Roblox, anything as smaller cap stocks have been trailing the market and have been extremely beaten up. I'm sure you have your favorites that are like, man, this stock is extremely beaten up. So you have two scenarios. Scenario number one, the generals, Netflix, Google, Amazon, they're going to come back to the soldiers. They're going to come back to the pack, and you're going to see the market tumble down. Or scenario number two is these leaders are still going to hold firm where they are. Apple, Google, Netflix, they're going to push a little higher. They're not going to go crazy higher, but they're going to push higher, and they're going to drag the soldiers or the other remaining smaller cap stocks with them that are due a rise. Again, I'm a bear, but that's your bull case scenario. The bull case scenario is industry leaders, institutions investing in it. So then you'll say to me, geez, Matt, what about the debt ceiling, okay? Because we're here about the debt ceiling deadline June 1st. If the U.S. defaults, our credit rating is going to go down, which means it's going to cost us more money to borrow money and things like that, okay? What else? It would crush the market. It would crush financial institutions. So the debt ceiling is coming up. Shouldn't we worry about that? Shouldn't we sell everything? No, because I'll tell you, when is it going to take effect? You're going to see it happening. They're going to be talking more about it, but I would say maybe 1 week before June 1st. So the last week in May, and it might not even happen on that Monday. But yeah, let's support that channel. Hit that like button. I try and put my soul and my heart out there each and every day to try and put you guys in a more profitable position. All right, so I'm going to talk about the SPY really quick. I've got mine drawn out. But what am I going to do? I'll pull it up from Trading View, I guess, right? That's what we'll use, Trading View. Let's go here. Okay. So you guys can see it with me. Okay, now where are we sitting pre-market? 413.38. I saw us push as high as 414. So I've got the 30-minute chart, which goes back to the end of April, beginning of May. But let's just look since the beginning of May, okay? So we had that huge sell-off May 2nd, right? Let's look where we've attacked. So 413.72, right? We hit the last week on Tuesday and Wednesday. I mentioned the high was 414.78 and 414.82. So where are we seeing the high here? Probably around there, 414. Where are we seeing the high here where we jet from? Probably 414.70, something like that, 414.58. Where did we reach the other day? Almost 414, almost 414. So when you see the market this morning, pre-market go above 414, you can understand psychologically why people are selling pre-market. Okay, we're above 414, we're 414.20. My upside potential is limited. My downside potential is more likely to happen. That's your bear case scenario. But what am I seeing? Now, I went on Discord yesterday, and again, I'm going to share Discord in 1 second. But I showed you guys the tops, 414, 414, 4. We've been meandering around the top. They've been selling the market. Okay, there's been outflow, meaning people that are holding shares are selling at the bid. That's outflow. When you're on the sidelines and you're paying the ask, that's inflow because you're demanding the stock. When you're selling into the bid, that is outflow. And we've seen outflow in the market like 8 out of the last 9 days, 9 out of the last 10 days, but the market's pushing higher. So what does that tell me? Two scenarios. First scenarios, what happens if there's a day where they just can't get enough of the stocks? They just keep buying, 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 buying. since we've had consolidation, you can see the market rip higher. So that was an alert that I sent out. I said, I'm a bear. I don't see this happening, but be prepared for a 3% day if it happens. Okay, so let's get rid of the SPY. Let's just bring up Discord. I've got two things I'm going to Discord. I'm going to share with you. And again, this is me trying to help you all trade. Okay. So when Riot was spiking, and again, I didn't get in at the very top with my puts, but I bought 6 Riot puts. Where did they go yesterday? North of $2. All right. North of $2. That's like 230 something percent trade. What was this again? Yeah. Riot went down after I said we could have got in better. Meta put I sold the other day for $6. Let's keep going down. I said that US Steel, and I'm in US Steel calls today. Okay, I'm bullish US Steel today, but the other day it was at 22, and I said it's going down to 21. It went down to 21. The worst thing about my US Steel puts the other day, I took 6% instead of over 100%. Okay, going back to right, small account, right? Small account, massive day, 60%, $600, right? Wednesday, where'd we start? Well, shit, at 12:20 on Wednesday, which is what, 2 days ago, a day and a half ago, this account was having a terrible day, down 41%. Where did it end the day? Up 45%. So when you have a strategy, you have positions, I'm trying to tell you, don't let the market fool you. Don't let these spikes and dips get a hold of your emotions and trade that way. Here are the Riot contracts I entered. Again, the first bit I bought for 50, I sold for like 90. I made, 80%. These I bought for just under 60, and these are the same ones that went to over $2. Shop puts. Remember, when the market opened up high the other day, shop puts were at like as low as $48. I sold them at $2 yesterday. They closed at $1.33 the day before. They went as high as $2.58. So you're talking about 100%. Yeah, here's my Riot, Phil. I bought these for 13. I sold it for 32. Okay. Here's the one that I sold yesterday for $1.02 that went past $2. I left over 100% on the table. But here's the account yesterday. Made 40%. Good freaking day. Yeah, I spoke about Riot and Shop and how I sold, and they went higher, of course. And then I flipped my stance on US Steel. So again, this is what I update during the day. I bought a XLE call. Why? Because I saw it at $78, spike all the way up to $79, and then it dropped to 78 again. And I said, I wanted to get an XLE. I missed my entry the first time. I missed my entry here, okay? Where did I get in? Lower. Did it even go lower than that? Yes, I think it went to 107 yesterday, so I was down 5%. Again, alerts, I added these to my watch list. I was watching yesterday. Here are the prices. I added them. I wanted to buy them, but I look for the position to be down 10 or 20% for me to enter. So I add it to my watch list, wait for it to go down 10 or 20% because all of my trades go down 10 or 20%. See right here, 10 or 20%. Instead, this one went up 20% and this one up 10%. So again, I'm not going to chase or anything like that. Now let's talk about my alerts from yesterday. So I gave some market insight. Where were we yesterday? That was a couple days ago. Yesterday, here we go. So yesterday, pre-market, give you a video. I should really like my own videos. Gave you the bear market scenario, the bull market scenario, gave you a market update. Then we spoke about the GEX levels. So when I said the market at 410 was going higher, I thought it would find support right at this level and be drawn up to these numbers. I actually thought 415 was in play, 413 in play. Again, we got to 412.50 and rejected. But that was earlier in the day. Then I gave my play-by-play. We'll either see flat 411, which we did. Okay. That was me being upset. Okay, we actually saw 410. From 410, I said the next important level would be 411.55 because I was bullish. Where did we see? 411.14. We're making our way there. And I said, if we're going to finish the day where we started, which is my prediction, that we'd see 411.46 next, 411.72, then 412.06. So along the way, I'm making sure we check each step. Yes, we hit checkpoint A, checkpoint B, checkpoint C. If you don't see that, you know your strategy might be flawed for the day. So what do we see? 411.46. Great. Then I was looking for 411.72. Oh, shit, 411.79. Then I was next looking for 412.06. Oh, shit, 412.06. So my strategy, although we didn't get to 412.75, was in play. The fact that the SPY is sitting this morning at 413.50, I knew that was going to happen because that's how I was playing the market. So I'm trying to help everybody understand how I played the market 412. In a perfect world, we see Bitcoin up. The SPY would be spiking 1% overnight. Hong Kong would be up. Hong Kong was down. Our SPY is not up 1%. It's up 0.4. But again, Last 4 Fridays, all green. So I took that going into today. Now I want to talk about trading strategies because there are various trading strategies. You guys have heard me mention 0 days till expiration. When you enter an option and it has 0 days till expiration left, you're getting an option today, you got to sell today. Understand, most important, and you're like, it's calls, puts, what the market's doing. No, most important to that play is your entry point. So what am I going to do? If I'm going to play any options that expire today, what am I going to do? When am I going to buy them? I'm not buying them till at least 12 o'clock. What do I like to do? And this is the only feature I like to use Robinhood for. I like to use Robinhood because they let me add my watch list. I add all my calls and puts onto the watch list, and then I track them throughout the day. So when I'm tracking them throughout the day and I see this or something like that, I see a pattern. Hopefully you guys can see that like that. I say to myself, okay, the low point has had support here. I won't buy an option when it's in no man's land. Not at all. Not at all. So yeah, let's hit that damn like button. What's up, everybody? Showed you my charts here. Yeah, everybody's just saying good morning. Okay, so let's talk about what I do. So we can go back to Discord because this is how I start every morning. Before I talk about specific stocks, let me just go and pull up Discord again. Okay, so what do? I don't go to my channel first. The first thing I do is not go to my channel, nor do I go to Romeo's channel first. I'm going to go to the Flow and Algos room. All right, what can I type in to tell me how the market is? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to type in the net flow for the market. Now, what is net flow? It takes all the puts, all the calls, all the premiums people paid for it, and it tells you where they are. So when we look at the net flow of the market, okay, yesterday we could see when it turned green, when it turned bullish. It turned bullish. The net flow premiums went here, and then all of a sudden they spiked. Well, anytime you spike, you're going to come down a bit. The price of the market spiked, of course, but the net flow premiums for the entire market is still extremely green, and puts we saw sell off a little at the end of the day. They gave up. So again, I'll be looking at net flow into the market. I like to look at around 10:30 a.m. I'm also going to look at the net flow for the SPY. Can you tell me where are people positioned? What's going to happen in the market? What's likely to happen? Oh, shoot. Let me see this because I didn't notice this yesterday. Net flow for SPY. What happened? The premiums for calls went down significantly as the price went up, and they were buying puts end of day. So that would make me more worrisome. The fact that we're spiking pre-market, I might say, holy shit, we're spiking pre-market. I might take the first spike today and get out of my positions. In fact, what I'm going to do, since I'm in call positions and I'm a bear and I'm holding call positions, is I'm going to plan. So I talked to you about helping you trade. All right, I'll do my planning. Let's do it live. And I'll show you what else I look at on Discord. So I have some calls in XLE Energy. I'll look where energy is this morning. Okay, it's up, 34 cents. So I look at where my option was yesterday, the option that's closed at 127. I'm in at 113, went as low as 107. I bought more at 109. Okay. And I say, okay, XLE expires next week, so I don't really have to sell today. But if I'm going to sell on the morning spike, where would I do? All right, so it's up 34 cents. These go out to next week. It finally went in the money. If I thought energy was going to be stronger and I thought the markets were going to sustain and be stronger going into next week, then I would hold this position. If I'm a day trader, a swing trader, a scalp trader, then I'm going to look to get max profit. I'm in at $1.13. I'm figuring I can get about $1.71 out of these. So I'll do the math. And I'll say, let's say $1.73. Let me nibble a little. I'll make 60 cents, $1.13 in. That takes my profit to 55%. So I say to myself, would I be happy with 55%? Well, I got into this option play because I saw the ETF spike down. So if I got in no man's land in intermediate range and I paid 125, shit, I'd be holding on until next week saying I need $3 to make this a good trade. But because I got in close to the bottom, 107, 109, 113, I could say to myself a spike to 173, 172, 177 gets me out. And remember, let's nibble on that one. Okay, so let's go back to what I like to do and use Discord. And again, if you're not using my service or our service, SOC, you should use somebody else's. If you need to join our platform, you can join below. But the point is, we use Trading Ticks Analytics. This isn't us making up numbers. These are real factual data, the same that the big institutions, hedge funds, banks, big money, they all use it. It might not be Trading Ticks. It might be something else. What else would I like to look? I want to look at the top flow. Let's see the top flow of options yesterday. Bull side, bear side. Okay, well, shit, bear side, they're telling me this is basically Oops, somebody else did a search. And we'll talk about his search next. Top Flow is telling me this is usually a hedge. So when you see SPY and SPX opposite sides, SPY is usually what they're trading. XPX usually a hedge. Qs, again, Qs have been spiking. So does it surprise me to take a bearish position in the Qs? No, I saw a lot of bearish positions. But what did you see spiking? Google, Netflix, right? The Russell is also here, but again, Russell's spiking. So I'll look at the other side. I'll say Tesla, Meta. I'll keep my eye on Baba. I'm really going to focus on NVIDIA today. What does that mean when I say focus? It means that it's going to have my attention. If NVIDIA drops, I'm going to look to the market to follow suit. I'm going to be using Apple. I'm going to be using Google. Pre-market was up like $2. Then it went red. Now it's slightly green. I'm going to use that as a tracker. If they're selling Google today, okay, and they're selling Apple today and it's an outflow day, then I think tech is going down. Okay, simple as that. We simplify things. If I see Google and Amazon and Netflix getting pops up, even though smaller cap stocks are struggling today, I'm going to say, okay, similar to yesterday, it's going to be a mixed market. We're going to see chop. Stocks that are being bought up are going higher. I'll bring up a stock right now that I've been looking at. And again, I mentioned this at $79 to Discord. I didn't want to get involved because I couldn't believe they were pushing it higher. Let me see. So Datadog, it finally looks like it's down pre-market. But here's your Datadog chart, right? From $78 all the way up to, where'd we go? $86. So that's like a 10% move in just a number of days. And actually, it was at $64 before it went to 79. 79 was right after earnings. So $64 to $86, you're talking about a 30% move, 31.1% move last month. So if they start selling Datadog, which they've been buying, then I know, holy shit, some technology is in trouble. If they sell Datadog, then I know they're selling Cloudflare, which is net. If they're selling net, then I'm going to check out Google because Google has a lot of cloud apps. If they're selling Google, Net, DDOG, then I'm going to make my way over to Amazon. Do you understand? You have to have a rolling philosophy in your mind or stuff you're looking at. You can't just look at your one stock, all right? Whatever it is, I'll just pick a stock out here randomly. Roku, okay? You can't just look at Roku and go, yeah, Roku's definitely going to go up today. 3 out of the last 4 days was inflow. It looked like it bottomed. They're buying Netflix. I'm just going to keep my eye on Roku today. No, you'd have to look at Netflix. I would probably put up WBD, WBD, right? Warner Brothers. I'd probably put up Paramount because they were buying Warner Brothers until they decided not to buy Warner Brothers anymore. And it's at its lowest point again. It's $12.38. We saw it as high as $14, which is what? Last month, it's down 19.61%. Okay, so let's talk about what else I do. If you joined me yesterday morning, what was my call out when I reviewed Intel stock, right? Or was it 2 mornings ago? I said Intel was going sub $29. Well, shit, what do you see it close at yesterday? $28.86. Wow. So those Intel puts went through the roof again, in at 60 cents, over $2. I don't know why I just took 100% on those. I'm just checking out the market update, see where all my companies are this morning. Let's just see. I do this for myself. Sorry. Okay, 33. That's not bad. All right. So what am I going to look at? Well, one thing I'm going to look at is Disney. Why? They sold the shit out of Disney. So, Matt, doesn't it mean Disney's going to bounce right back? No, it doesn't mean that. What would I do if I wanted to look at Disney? I would pull up Discord and I would go, all right, let's look at Disney. Let's see what the net flow is on Disney. TR, net flow, Disney. And then we will talk about my ranges of the SPY. You know, my predictions are pretty on point. Disney, okay, put premiums coming down. So the put sellers are selling little. However, call buyers, which got a little started yesterday, okay, they were thinking you're going to get that pop back up right around here. Remember, we saw Disney recovering. They were still not, they were taking profit. As you can see, the net premiums for calls were coming down, and end of day it went down. So does that mean Disney's going to pop? I would stay away from Disney right now. But unless the algorithms are telling me something else, algo, flow, Disney. It only means that Disney can struggle down here. When we invest in options, we're looking for instant gratification. Disney could be higher in a week, but I'm talking about Friday, today, Monday, okay. I could see Disney still struggling. The algos aren't telling me any different. If the algos, which were up here and Disney stock was down here, what did you see? They crossed over right here. So as Disney's up here, that would be my time to sell. The algos down here, stock prices up there. So that's what I see Disney. All right, let's look at dark pool levels for the SPY right now. Here we are, same levels. Make sure you guys are sharing this with me. You are. Okay, thank goodness. All right, dark pool levels for the SPY, 412.76, largest dark pool level. Why is that important? Because I thought we were closing, if you're on my Discord, 412.75 yesterday. I said we're going to close right on the dark pool level. We've done it for 3 straight days. So the fact that we're at 412.13 close and we're sitting at 413, let's just 413 what 50 right now, probably 413.57. It was actually under before. So we're sitting at we're over a point higher. So I say to that myself on that dark pool level, okay, important level. Does 412.76 turn into support? Now, if 412.76 turns into support, or even 411.37, let's say 411.37 is the lowest point we see today on the SPY. 411.37, you're like, okay, we hit that 412, we broke under. It's 10:20 in the morning. We see 411.40, and we bounce up from 411.40, and we're back at 412, 412.40, something like that. Then what am I going to say? I'm going to say the bottom's in at 411.40. The SPY is going to move 4.5 points today. So I'm going to say, okay, that takes us up to about 416. So is 416 possible? So now I go, and I'm still using the dark pool levels, and I say, okay, 412.76, we're above that by a point. What's the next level? 414.14, 415.52, 416.91. These are all microscopic compared to the $34 billion level that could easily turn into support. So if this number becomes a support number, then I'm going to say, yeah, holy shit, we can ride up. It's Friday. We've seen flow like this before. We've been consolidating. It's been outflow, but we're staying at the same level. We could break through. Okay, that's your bull case scenario. Your bull case scenario is 411 on the downside. Let's just clarify. Bull case scenario, 411.40 on the downside. Let's even say 411 and 416 and change on the upside, almost 417. Bull case scenario, support 411. We're riding up to 416 and change, okay? Your bear case scenario. Well, let's pull up the dark pool. All right, bear case scenario, which I hope if it turns bearish today, I'm going to get out of my calls before it turns bearish. All right, so bearish case scenario, we push up to that same level we've rejected, 414.14. Here it is. The other days last week, I mentioned 414.72, 414.82, 414.56. So, just under 415. If you want to play it safe, you can say, okay, bear case scenario, we're starting out strong today. We're at 413.50. We're going to push up another 1.5. And when we get to 415, you're going to start to see rejection. And then when you see rejection, we're going to come back down to right where we're trading now, 413.5. And if we do that and the market starts to sell off, then you're going to see the 412, 411, 410. So again, your bear case scenarios, we're spiking up to 414.87. Let's just call it 415. And then we're going down to 410 flat. Okay. You see a spike up, you see a sell off, your bear case, 414, 410. Okay. I mean, a 415 on the top side, 410 on the bottom side. Disney is down big. Yes. From the other day. Our Peloton puts a play still. I don't talk about Peloton ever. So if they were a play, they weren't a play from this guy right now. What would I do if I'm going to look at Peloton? Great freaking question. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the last month and see what they're doing. Okay. Last month, what have they done? Okay. Earnings came in. They bought, and then they sold. What am I seeing when they're selling? Volume's decent. Market cap's 2 points. I just don't know enough about this stock to tell you if we're at a good price or a bad price or how low this can go. Now, when I was in Riot puts, I understood, and I'll show you the Riot chart. This is the greatest thing because I knew Riot, and I hadn't had success against Riot, unfortunately. But here's the 1 month of Riot. Okay, top, bottom, top, bottom, top. You see hills and mountains, right? That's all it is. We go up top, we come back down. So when we went up top, and you were seeing $12.80, and I got the idea for Riot puts. My idea was because Riot comes back to the $10.54 range. Well, and then I said yesterday, okay, maybe it won't come back to 10.54. Maybe I get out at 11.24 or something to that extent. So I hit the 11.24, then it battled 11.06, and then the day got uglier and it went to $10.50. All right. With that said, I think we've covered enough today. If you want the continuation of what I have, join me Monday. Hit the thumbs up because I will know if you're not hitting thumbs up, and I'm going to come follow you and chase you down. No, thumbs up. See you Monday. If you want to follow me over to Discord, heading there right now. Hopefully, Romeo is doing some live trading this morning, and I'm going to give my pre-market update, tell you what trades I'm looking at today because I'm not overly anxious to trade before 10:30 a.m. Sometimes not doing anything is better off. All right, have a great morning, everybody, weekend, and I'll see everybody